Good morning, everyone. Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome back into 2024. We are back with our lives tea time with Taylor. I'm so glad you're here. I feel like after a day off yesterday, we're rushing around here to get this release kicked off to really start the new year off right. So I hope you're excited. I know some of you probably have the day off still, so raise your hand if you're in that. Haven't quite gotten back to reality, don't have to go to work today, don't have to be anywhere. That's a nice feeling. Our kids are still off of school here, so had to figure out what to do with them today since I'm back here at work and so's John. So yeah, a little bit of juggling still going on before they head back to school tomorrow, but let me know what you're up to. What did you do for the new year? I would love to hear if you had any fun plans. I'll talk a little bit about mine later. As I've gotten older, my New Year's plans have gotten more boring, and maybe you're in the same camp, so we can chat through that. Let me say hello to some of you. So as you're hopping on today, definitely leave me a comment. Tell me hello. Let me know what's new with you since we entered the new year. Hello, Deneen. No, not off watching while I'm working. Hey, that's okay too. Good morning, Marilyn. Hi, Mindy. Oh, I'm sorry you rang in the new year sick. That's no fun. We did all of our sickness before Christmas, so we did get to enjoy Christmas and New Year's, thankfully. So, Marilyn, your football and crafting, that's great. We've watched a lot of football the last few days too. Hello, Gail. Good morning. Rachel's here. Donna. Jennifer, oh, thank you. Rachel says cute sweater, and I thought I'd kick the new year off with Valentine's Day. That's what we released this morning at 9 a.m., our big Valentine's Day release. Like I said, kicking the new year off in style with a really fun Valentine's release with lots of hearts, just like my sweater. So I had fun. I came across this one while I was making some returns at Target after Christmas, and I thought, that needs to come to my closet. It's bright and it's fun and it screams Valentine's Day. So good morning, Wendy. Nancy's here. Hi, Dawn. And Deborah's here. Christine, lots of you here today. That must mean we're still a little bit in the holiday vacation mode. So I'm glad. I am ready to get started because, you guys, it's a big release. If you haven't checked it out, it's all available currently on the Tailored Expressions website. You can check it out under the new category. So there are tabs across the top. Just click new and then Valentine's Day 2024, and you will find all of the new products. I know someone had posted a comment earlier. I'd like to watch the live and add to my cart while I'm watching. That is a-okay. She was concerned that maybe products would be selling out as I'm live, but never fear, I don't think that's going to happen. So we obviously, with our big releases like this, we order lots of product, and it's only been an hour. So I think you're safe to watch the live, maybe hear something new, get inspired by the project we're going to create, and then you can check out following the live. So, all right, you guys, let's get started then. Sorry, didn't mean to show you a black screen. I'm going to do a little bit of sorting here as we get started, and let me get things in order. There are a lot of amazing samples from the design team, so I'm going to just try and sort them into the appropriate categories that we will be talking about them as we go. We've got fun bundles for you. We have lots of new product along with some previously released products that are now going to be part of our full collection. So that's exciting. All right, let me see how I'm doing here. Making sure I get all the little pieces where they need to go. Almost. So you guys need to tell me about your New Year's plans. I didn't do much of anything. We actually did go out on New Year's Eve and we played games, and we had a charcuterie board. Whitney and her husband and then my parents came as well, and we just played some fun games together, hung out. enjoyed our New Year's Eve without children, which was fun and different. They got to hang out with the nanny at home, and she baked with them. They baked chocolate chip cookies, and they baked what we call crack bars. They are also called chess squares. I don't really understand the names, but they made those on New Year's Eve, and so we got to come home to a house that smelled wonderful and warm treats from the oven as well. Okay, you guys, let's get started with our special offer for this particular release. With our Valentine's Day release, that is today, January 2nd through January 9th, or while supplies last, we have this exclusive Mosaic Heart die set. So it comes with 2 dies. There's a solid heart and then a mosaic outline design that can be pieced over the top of the solid piece. There are so many different techniques you can do with this. You can see Emily Midlowski's card in the top left, where she did almost a stained glass look, and she told me that she added glossy accents inside each of the mosaic pieces so it looks like a piece of stained glass. I thought that was super cool. And I have a couple other samples to show you with this as well. So here's a look at the die set. You can see, again, I said it has 2 hearts in it. Both of them are die cuts, and they layer over the top of one another. And the heart is fairly good sized, so it does take up a good amount of your card panel if you wanted to use it as a focal image, or if you like to use several of them on one card. Then this is a sample that Susan created. It's a mini slim, and she was able to fit 3 of those hearts kind of going across the front of this card. She used white glitter cardstock for the mosaic overlay, and then 3 different pinks for the solid heart. So I think that's super cute. Then we are going to be crafting together a little bit later in the video today, and this is what we're going to be making. So I created this one with a little rainbow design behind the mosaic. So I'm going to show you how you could do something like this with the mosaic heart. And again, this is our freebie with orders of $100 or more, only for our Valentine release. So once supplies are gone, or the 9th comes first, whichever one comes first, this will be gone and not available for purchase on the website. So the only way to get that is with your 100 plus order through the 9th. All right, next up, we're gonna look at some bundles. So let me just start off by saying that the bundles that we put together for you guys, all of the products in these bundles are also available separately. So if you want to build your own bundle and add items individually to your cart, you can do that, but we have put these together, curated them to kind of include the products that best fit together. So if you're wanting a curated collection, we have done that for you, and you can, with one click of a button, just add that to your cart and check out. So this is the Full Carts bundle. This one is $110, and if I had to pick favorites, I think this is my favorite bundle because I think the products are so clever in the way that they work together, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let me get back to my other screen, and I'm going to show you what's in the Full Carts bundle. So it all starts with the Folk Art Hearts stamp and stencil combo. So there are stencils in this as well. I'm going to take these out so you can see a little bit better. Whitney told me she would put everything back together nicely for me to just leave it in a pile. So I will do that. So Folk Art Hearts, it starts with a stamp, and we included one stamp that gives you this beautifully etched red rubber with the detail included to stamp these beautiful hearts. Now these hearts could be used on their own without the stencil. They're going to create whatever color you stamp it on. All of this interior of the heart is going to be whatever color cardstock you stamp it on. So you could end up with all white details on the inside if you're stamping on our sugar cube cardstock. Or we have the stencils in the set so that you can add the different colors inside of the designs to create those colored hearts. And there are so many different options. I think that's why I love this so much, because you can do any color combination that comes to mind will look beautiful. There are 3 layers of the stencil, and then there are 4 different hearts that you create when you stamp and stencil that entire piece. Now let's say you want to cut out those hearts. Well, we thought of that. We thought you might want to do that. So we have the Folk Hearts die here. This coordinates with that stamp. The alignment squares that are on the stamp here coordinate with the alignment squares on the die, or you can also just line them up by positioning those hearts within the openings. Sometimes those alignment squares are just an extra double check to make sure that you have everything lined up perfectly before you send it through your die cut machine. So that's going to die cut all 4 of those hearts. They are a little bit different shaped. This one is a little bit shorter and fatter with the kind of humps on the top. This one is a little bit wider and longer. So they are a little bit different shaped, but you can see here mostly the similar style heart. Okay. Then we have something fun that you can do with these in the same style as the Folk Art Hearts. We have our Folk Love die. And these dies can be separated. So if you like them in the arrangement that they are right now, you can keep them all together. Or if you want to separate them, you can do that as well. The whole idea of this is that you could take out that O and replace it with one of the small hearts from the Folk Art Hearts stamp and stencil combo once you've die cut that. So let me show you a sample. This is kind of the idea that I'm talking about, where you can use those letters, replace the O with a heart. This would make a beautiful anniversary card, Valentine card, wedding card, lots of different occasions that you can craft with these hearts. This is actually the video that's up on our YouTube channel today. So if you're curious how these products work together, especially that heart stamp with the coordinating stencils, then definitely tune into the YouTube channel and you can see how I made this card. Then we have a couple of sentiment products here that go really well with this whole style. This is called With Love. The stamp set, you have a couple different styles in the stamp set with the thicker font, and then you have the long, thin font with the tails on it for just a couple different options that both go beautifully with that Folk Arts design. Then we have the dies that cut those out, With Love coordinating dies. So you get a die for each of the stamps in the stamp set. And then we have our Foil It With Love. And even if you don't foil, you can even just cut these. They are beautifully printed in black, and you can use them that way as well. So that's the Foil It With Love that has the same sentiments from the stamp set printed in toner so that they can be foiled with your Mink machine. So that is the Folk Art Hearts bundle. Like I said, you can purchase these products individually or you can grab them in the bundle. So there's another look at that one card that's up on our YouTube channel today. Let's take a look at what some of the other design team members have created, because they got so creative in their own style. And again, what I love about this is that you can create in any number of color combinations to fit your particular style. These, I bet you can guess, were created by Heather, and she stamped her hearts in sugar cube ink on toffee cardstock. And then she used the stencils to fill in those different colors in the hearts. Let me see if I can pull this even closer in here so you can see the tiny little details here inside the leaves and inside the flowers. Those are all part of the stamp. And when she stamped it with the white ink, the other inks that she blended over the top kept that white ink intact, and you can still see those beautiful details. Now, some of the stamps, let me pull this one back up so that you can understand what I'm trying to say a little bit better. I stamped this in a light pink ink, and you can even see that those light pink interior details on the stamped image, they still come out even when you color the stencils over the top. You blend it with a green and you can still see the pretty details of whatever you stamped that initial color with. So just kind of fun to experiment with different ways of using these. And this one, such an unexpected color combination. I love it. This one's from Jill Hawkins. She used one of our piercing plates in the background to kind of highlight the hearts as her focal image. And then she has the super cute love here with a backer. So you see those cute letters you can see the little pink hearts behind them. Turned out really cute, Jill. Now we have this one from Lori Craig. I love her little 3D bow that she included on this one. And she went with a kind of postage stamp theme. She's got a couple other products on here that we're gonna see later in the live. Do you notice the embossing folder in the background? Just an awesome basic for everyone's collection. We've got a couple of those this release. And then we're gonna talk about the postage stamp stacklets a little bit later. And she used the love with that full cart as well. Next up, this one from Debbie. Debbie Bauer created this beautiful card. I love it stamped in yellow. I wouldn't have thought to do that with the beautiful pastels. She's got the brick embossing folder in the background, or actually I think that might be, I'm not sure if that's the stencil that she used with the embossing pad kit. Maybe she tells me here on the back. Brick embossing folder flattened in my Big Shot to soften the impressions. I love that idea. So sometimes when you do use an embossing folder and it seems to really stand out, you can send it back through your Big Shot after you've embossed it, and it kind of flattens the impressions a little bit, but they're still there, and I think that is so fun. Great color combination on that one, and she used this as an anniversary card. This is another one from Jill. Super cute color combination. She went with the yellow heart as well. That looks like banana cream pie on that yellow with some pinks and teal. That looks like tropical punch, maybe some strawberry milkshake and passion fruit maybe? I'm making a few guesses, but I bet she tells me here. Let's see. Strawberry milkshake, passion fruit, sour gummy, and banana cream. So cute, Jill. I love it. Susan created this mini slim, again making 3 of those hearts the focal image down the mini slim card panel. And you can see the hearts again are that lighter pink color with some green, teal, and kind of reddish accents in there. This one's Valentine's Day with the Be Mine sentiment that she foiled and popped up on that large heart. We're going to talk about this product that you see here. Let me pull it up into the camera so you can get a really good look at those. Those are our new foil drops, which I will share more about later, but look at how pretty they are. There's gold flecked foil inside the drop, which I love. And then this last one from Lori Craig, she used just one of the hearts, showing how you can make that a focal point of your card with some of our new mini strips on the front, special delivery, sending hugs, and that piercing plate in the background is another great one to grab for Valentine's Day. It is the, do we call that just hearts piercing plate, or quilted hearts, or heart lattice? Charlie will tell us, or Whitney if she's paying attention to comments, but I do love that piercing plate, especially for Valentine's Day since it has all those little hearts in the center where the stitched lines meet up. So, so pretty. Okay, so that is our Folk Hearts bundle. Let me pull up the next bundle and I'll give you a peek at what that looks like, and then we'll look at some samples. So this is the Sending Love bundle. And this one, again, has lots of products in it that are going to stretch beyond Valentine's Day. That's kind of the theme of this Valentine's Day release, is to send love all year round. It doesn't just have to be Valentine's Day to send cards with hearts on them. And so there are lots of different occasions you can send somebody a little love note. And this particular bundle is perfect for that. So this one is called Sending Love. It is $103. And again, you can purchase these items separately, or you can get it with a convenient one click if you purchase the bundle. So let's look at, okay, Debbie said it's the Stitched with Love cutting plate. Perfect. That's awesome. Thank you for looking that up for me. Okay, so the Sending Love bundle is kind of built around this clear stamp and die combo that's called Love Letters. And you can see the dies here in the background, and those dies, they cut out little pieces of note paper. You can stamp your note paper with lines and the little vertical line that goes down the side of the note paper, and then you can put your little note on it. You can even write your own note on it. I have been looking at some things on Etsy over the weekend, and I saw the cutest little thing that was self-love notes. And even giving these to someone for someone else, I think they open one little envelope that has a self-love note in it that says something like, I am enough, or the world needs someone like me today. And just little kind of self-talk to build ourselves up and give ourselves that positive self-talk instead of the negative self-talk that kind of can dominate our thoughts sometimes. So I thought that was a really cute idea. I might do that for my girls and get this kind of little notes stamped out, and then I can write my own notes on it, little self-love notes that they can open when they need a little pick-me-up. So this is the Love Letters stamp and die combo. Then if you want to send your letters in a little envelope, we have something for you. This is the mini envelope and the medium envelope. So there are two of them. I couldn't decide on just one size, so we have two sizes. And the mini envelope, if you've been around Tailored Expressions for very long, then for probably over 10 years, I would say, then you might have this one. This was previously released and retired, and we decided it was just too perfect that there was really no reason not to bring it back. So this is TE 484, so you can see kind of where it falls in our current, this one is 1999, so it was a while ago, but you do want to check your collection if you have that mini envelope. And this creates then, when you cut it, you fold it on those score lines and it creates your own little mini envelope. And this one, you can see what the kind of size on that one is and compared to the medium. So all of the assembled sizes are on the website in the description, so if you have questions about what the assembled size is, but I think when we look at some of the samples, it will help you determine kind of which one, what the sizing looks like on a card front for each of those. Then we also have, I mentioned this earlier, Lori used it on her project. This is a new mini strips. This one is called Mini Strips Sending. So when you are sending something with your envelopes and your love notes, you might want to say sending hugs, sending you cheer, sending good vibes. I love this one, Long Live Snail Mail. That one is in there, sending lots and lots of love. So this one is not just for Valentine's Day. So many great different sentiments in this mini strips, and you can cut them out with any of our coordinating mini strips dies. We have the flag ends, the asymmetrical ends, the regular blunt edge cut as well. So that is Mini Strips Sending. And then last but certainly not least, we have our A2 postage stamp stacklets. So again, some of you that have been around for a while might remember our previously released postage stamp stacklets. We decided to keep those as a retired item because we wanted something that was specifically A2 sized. So our previously released postage stamp stacklets were not designed to work on an A2 card. They weren't sized to layer inside of your A2. So we recreated the postage stamp stacklets and made them specifically to work on A2 sized cards. So in this set, you have 5 different postage stamp border dies that you can use to layer on all of your cards. So let's take a look at some of the samples here. This one from Lori Craig. Again, you can see something in the background that we haven't talked about yet is one of our new embossing folders. Makes a great backdrop for this card with a cute little envelope and some of the hearts peeking out of it. And she's got her little note paper that she stamped and cut with the hugs and kisses sentiment on it. Super cute. Then we have this one. Look at Jill and Lori shared a brain. They used the same embossing folder in the background. And then we've got those cute little love notes again. And this one is the mini envelope. So take a look at the different sizes. I love how Jill created a little envelope liner for her pink envelope. But this is the mini, and then this is the the larger medium size envelope. So if you're wanting to put multiple envelopes on one card, the mini envelope is going to be your best bet for that. As you can see, 3 of the mini envelopes that Jill used on this mini slim card with her little just for you cute little note paper note on the middle envelope or in the middle envelope. We are going to talk about these little critters next. I know everybody is super excited about them, so we will talk about them in just a second, but I did have a few different samples that use that mini envelope with one of the little critters kind of poking out of it. So those are a new item with this release, and I'll talk more about those in just a second. So that is the sending bundle. Let me bring in our last bundle. We had 3 bundles for this release. And this one, where are all of my pizza lovers? This is the Pizza My Heart bundle. And you can become the chef when you cut out all of your little pizza pieces and put together the cutest little pizza themed cards with this bundle. So let me show you what all is included. This one is $80. And here is a look at what's in this bundle. So it obviously all started with the Love You to Pizzas idea. When we did our brainstorm, one of our colleagues, Jeff, brought this idea up. I think Jeff loves pizza as much as all of us. So he thought this would be fun to create a couple different shaped pizzas. So we have our traditional round pizza, and then if you're creating specifically for Valentine's Day, we have a heart-shaped pizza. So you can cut out the crust, and you've got the sauce and the cheese layer, and then all the toppings. I mean, not all the toppings. You might have to get creative if you like anchovies or something like that. But we have green peppers, onions, pepperoni, olives, and mushrooms that you can put on your little pizzas. So super fun. The other thing is we were talking about using these dies. We thought it'd be really cool to be able to make little 3x3 note cards with these, and you can actually make your pizzas in shapes. Your pizza cards can be the actual card. When you hang off the edge of your die, you can see like Jill did here. So your die line hangs off the edge of your cardstock while it's folded. So it keeps that fold line intact in one little spot there. And then you have a shaped card for your pizza. She did it with both the hearts and with the circles. I love you more than pizza, and I really love pizza. That's so cute. And then when you do that with the 3x3 note cards, so we included a pack of 3x3 note cards in this bundle so you could make these little shaped pizza cards. And you can also use your 3x3 envelopes then with some of the items in the stamp set to create a little envelope for your pizza card. It kind of looks like a pizza box, which is super cute and fun. So we needed a few sentiments that were pizza themed to go with this bundle. So we have the Pizza My Heart stamp set. That's where Jill used the little checkered border that she put on the 3x3 envelope. And then all of those sentiments are kind of pizza box themed with the font work in that. I love you more than pizza. This may be cheesy, but you're great. You have a pizza my heart. And then a couple of stamps to also, if you wanted to create a pizza box look, you could put pizza on the front of your box. Hot and fresh is in there as well. So lots of fun options. And then you have the dies that coordinate with that Pizza My Heart stamp set. All right. Loving the pizza idea. Yes, shaped cards are really a fun thing. We're going to be talking more about those this month as shaped cards are your challenge on our fan page for January. So everybody can get ready to create some shaped cards in lots of different, whatever shape you have can be used to make into a shaped card. Okay, so we are done with bundles now, and we're just going to talk about some of the additional products that are being released with this with this Valentine's Day release. And these might be some products that you recognize. So this has been one of our most requested kits that sold out, and it was January of 2022. It was released, and it went so fast. And ever since then, 2 years later now, even people are asking for the occasional critters. So we decided it's time to bring them into our full collection. The whole idea with these little critters is they're called occasional critters because there's a critter for just about every occasion that you might want to send cards for. So they're not holiday based, they're occasion based. So if you think about occasions like birthday or graduation or a new baby. So you have birthday, graduation, new baby. We have get well. We have just a thinking of you. This one is for a thank you card with the thanks very much sentiment. And then we have this cute little bird that can work for lots of different occasions. So when you grab this set, you're going to get different critters that work for several different occasions that we make cards for as card makers. And then we have the occasional critters die set. And then we have the kind of, all of the sentiments in this set are designed to work with a specific critter in the occasional critters set. So we have the thinking of you, hip hip hooray for the birthday, welcome little one for the giraffe. We have, oh, that's right, just a note goes with the little bird that has the musical notes with it. We have thanks very much for the bear. Sorry life has been rough with the kind of thinking of you dog. So these are the 3 items that came in that original kit that was released January 2022. The kit was called Oh What a Day, if that rings any bells for anyone. But you'll want to check your collection for these if you potentially might have purchased that kit. But now they are in our collection and will be restocked if they happen to sell out. And then we have a couple of additional products that were not part of the kit originally, but coordinate with these kit items. So the original kit did not have dies to go with those sentiments, but we now do have these essential sentiments dies, and they coordinate with the stamps in that set. We also have the Foilet essential sentiments. So the same sentiments in the stamp set printed in toner can be cut out with the coordinating dies and foiled. So there are the kind of add-ons if you might have purchased that kit. Now, if you were at our Stamp Joy event this fall in person in Iowa, then these 2 items were available as early release products at our in-person event. So just trying to give everybody all the information so that we can avoid any duplicate purchases, but these are super cute. I always talk about how duplicate purchases just really confirm your love for a product, right? You bought it, you loved it so much, you bought it twice. So let's take a look at a couple of these samples. We've got this cute one from Lori Craig. It's a mini slim card. She used that embossing folder that I can't wait to share with you. Everybody has used it so many times and it looks super cute on every project. And then I made this one. I used one of the quadrants from our rad quad. So I just lined my paper up in one of the corners so that I could create just this quadrant of the stencil to create that background. And then I used rainbow rhinestones, kind of trailing down, following the different colors of that rainbow, and popped the little bear in there with the thanks very much inside that envelope. So if you're looking to put the critters in an envelope, the mini envelope is the one you are looking for. Unless, of course, you wanted to maybe put 2 critters in the envelope, then you could use the medium envelope for that. All right, let's continue on with something that was previously released and now has extras to go with it. How many of you remember this from a kit last year? Let It Grow stencil and clear combo with the coordinating dies. Heather designed this kit and oh my goodness, it was super popular. Again, another sellout that people have been requesting. And so now you have the option to purchase these if you did not get that kit. These 2 items were included in the kit. And then we decided for Valentine's Day, we wanted to add on a couple of new options. So this particular stencil If I flip it over, you can see a little bit better on the back here. So this is just one single stencil where you can blend the solid pots, and then you move your stencil over and you blend the designs over the top of the lighter color that you blended solid. So you always want to start with the lighter color and then do the darker color over the top when you shift your stencil to the left. And these designs are all different heart designs. So each of the pots has a different heart pattern on it. So it gives you that kind of Valentine's feel with your potted plants. And then we decided to go with the Franz Forever stamp and die combo. So there is a petite stamp with sentiments, some specifically for Valentine's Day. I love you very much. And we've got just a happy Valentine's Day in there. Franz Forever. I'm a sucker for you. Love that one. And then we threw in just a regular happy birthday. There's also a free hugs for the cactus, is what that one was intended for. Kind of a little funny on there. And then this has the dies with it. So this is one of our stamp and die combos where you get the dies with the stamp set. Now let's take a look at a few of the cards. Heather created these adorable little 3x3 note cards with some of the new products combined with that previously released kit stencil and die combo. I'm a sucker for you, so cute. We've got the I love you very much, Franz Forever, and there's just a happy Valentine's Day. If I pull this up into the camera, you might be able to see she's got glitter paste on a couple of the layers of the stencil to give it some added sparkle and dimension. And Heather will be having a video of these projects. I believe that's going up on the YouTube channel tomorrow. So you can check out more with the Let It Grow items with that video. So cute. Okay, next up, we have kind of some Valentine Basics. That's what I'm going to call the rest of this release, is your Valentine Basics. We're going to talk about this collection. It might be potentially my most used product that I personally created this release, because I made, I think, 5 cards using this die set, which is called Hang On Hearts. It has all of these hearts in it. Some of them are solid without designs, and then some of them have the etchings in the die so that when you cut it, you're going to get this design in the heart as you cut it from the cardstock. So here's what that looks like. I prefer to leave my die all together, and I just cut out, I'll pull my little tray in here. I grab some scrap cardstock and I just go to town cutting and cutting and cutting, and then I have lots of options for putting together projects using hearts in lots of different ways. I'm going to show you how I used them in several ways. But one of the ways we have to use them is with this Hang On stamp set. So this one has kind of a string of hanging strings. So you can hang the hearts on this string, and then you can use lots of the different sentiments. There's a happy Valentine's Day, love you lots, you're on my heart, sending lots of love. And you can bet we are going to be adding on to this collection, because there are so many different fun things you could hang from these strings as we move through the holidays this year. We're thinking about stars and snowflakes and other fun things. So you're going to see this stamp pop back up several times. So let's take a look at a few of the ways that I use this. I'll start with the actual kind of intended use. I stamped that string with the hanging strings, and then I kind of arranged hearts in lots of different colors and just glued them down with a sending lots of love. I wanted it to have a little more pizzazz, so I added that frame cut from silver glitter cardstock, along with a couple other tiny hearts in the silver glitter. Then you can also pop your hearts coming up out of those envelopes. This is the medium envelope, and one of the sentiments from the With Love set, I love you with all my hearts. And then that background you can see is one of our new embossing folders. So another fun way to kind of explode those hearts out of the envelope. And that's what we're going to be doing on this card. Also, this time we're going to use the Mosaic Heart when we finally get to crafting here in a little bit. Then we've got, this is an option with our new Insiders panels, and I just masked a heart from our Hearts masking stencil and blended over the sentiment and then added some of those hang-on hearts over the top. And then last we have this one. You guys remember this stamp called Hold My Blooms? Well, why not have it hold cute little heart-shaped blooms? Just stamp those stems in green and then pop the hearts up over the top. I used another sentiment that was foiled with black foil from the With Love foilet set. So there are a few options. Let me show you what some of the other design team has done. Lori did this pretty one with the hang-on embossed in white in the background and hung some of those hang-on hearts over the top there. And then this one, she did a cute little rainbow. I love this with those hang-on hearts down the center. We have the postage stamp stacklet kind of calling out that focal part of her card. I think that turned out so cute. Of course, I love anything rainbow. And then Heather created these. Again, postage stamp stacklet with the mini envelope and the hearts bursting out of there. I want to show you guys. I think I know what Heather did, but do you see how her hearts are kind of distressed? So I found out this morning that the hearts are actually on white cardstock. I believe she blended her cardstock and then she splattered them with alcohol, with white splatter, and with black splatter. So they look kind of aged. Just Heather does that so perfectly in so many different ways, but I loved how she created those hearts, and I wish you could all see it in person because it's super cool. And then she's got that same embossing folder in the background. So I think it's time to finally talk about those embossing folders. We've got the Lots of Love. These are 3D embossing folders, and they are 6x6, which means you can do them on a mini slim or on a vertical A2 or a horizontal A2. So lots of options with a 6x6 embossing folder, and the 3D just gives you so much pop, so much dimension. And I'm going to show you another card that Heather created here. On this one, she inked the background of the embossing folder and then sent it through her machine so that the background of her embossing folder pressed the ink into the cardstock and made it darker than the raised portion. I think that is so clever and pretty simple to do and just creates a really impactful, pretty card. And then we've got the other 3D embossing folder. This is called Sketched Hearts, and you might remember last year we released a die set called Sketched Hearts. So we thought, because it was so popular, this embossing folder would be really fun to do with the same style heart. And you can see that Susan combined them on this anniversary card. So there's the Sketched Heart dies that were released last year with that Sketched Hearts embossing folder in the background. And then here's another one. This one is from Lori, and she used 2 of those hearts. She embossed her hearts with lollipop embossing powder. So it's got lollipop sparkle on it. You can see the silver sparkles shining right through. I love that. With the same embossing folder in the background. So lots of different ways you could use those embossing folders. Again, a great basic to have even beyond Valentine's Day. Everybody loves insiders, so we have a couple of options. We have the Valentine vertical and horizontal. It's the same sentiments in both. One is just oriented vertically and the other for your horizontal cards. You saw my card that I created where I used the sentiment on the front of the card. You can foil these because they are toner printed, and here's what they say. Hope your day is full of love. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and loads of chocolate. Loved you yesterday, love you still, always have, always will, and friends are the family you choose with your heart. So some great insiders panels just for Valentine's Day. Last but not least, we have made it to the end. We have Valentine foil drops. Let me show you guys these up close if I can get them kind of spread out in my hand well enough that you can see that these are foil flecked drops. So they have gold foil in them. There's pink, red, and white in this set. So you get a whole bottle of this fun little embellishment to add on to all your Valentine cards. I don't want to waste one of them, so I think I got them all back in there. And then widely requested by Susan and some of our other design team members were the clay hearts in white. We used to have a set that was red, pink, and white, but it seemed like everybody just wanted the white. So the red, pink, and white have since been retired, and we now have, I think they're gone. Maybe they're still on the website, but we now have clay hearts in all white. If you wanted colored clay hearts, you could certainly take your alcohol markers and color the clay. So that's an option for getting colored hearts, but we have this little bottle of all white clay hearts. Oh, you guys, I've been doing a lot of talking. I might need Whitney to come get me my drink. I feel like I have hardly looked up to see what anybody's comments are. So let me know now that I've made it through all of the products for this release. Did you have a favorite? I'm definitely going to be holding you late in class today because we haven't even started crafting yet. And I am going to grab my stuff and get started. So we're going to be making this card, as I mentioned before. You guys know how much I love rainbow. I wanted to go with a little bit less of a bold rainbow and more of a pastel. So I'm going to create this mosaic heart with this blend of colors that you see here. So we're going to start by blending our cardstock, and then we're going to cut the heart, and then we're going to place the mosaic over the top. So I want a nice light pink because I am doing this in more of a pastel color combination. So I started off on my glass mat and kind of kept some of that intense pink color off of my paper because I wanted to do a little bit lighter. This is Lollipop, and you can go very intense hot pink with Lollipop, but with a lighter hand and less ink, you can get that nice pretty lighter pink color. Now we're going to do Peaches and Cream next. When you want a pastel rainbow, when I want a pastel rainbow, this is my go-to orange color. So I'm going to slightly overlap that with the pink so I don't have any kind of white space between the two colors. Love the little envelopes, the bits and pieces, the embossing folders. Fun. Love the whole release. Need to add that embossing folder to my wish list. They are some good ones. Okay, so there is a little bit of the Peaches and Cream, that pastel orange. Now we're going to go in with some pineapple, and you do want to make sure that you can get all of the colors in the heart. So if you want to kind of position your heart as you're going to make sure that you can get a good balance of all the colors. I don't need a ton of yellow because I want to save room for my kind of green and blue colors as well. All right, pineapple check. Spearmint next. This is one of those unexpected colors, and you kind of have to be careful with this one a little bit. It can get fairly dark if you're not careful. And it is a dustier pastel than some of the others that I chose, but I wanted something a little unexpected with this particular color combination. Otherwise, if I was going with kind of predictable pastel, I would grab mint julep. So if you have mint julep instead of spearmint, you can grab that as well. And then this is confetti cake. I skipped purple. I did it again. Confetti cake is a pretty light color, so I'm really just kind of going direct to the paper on this, and I want to get it a little bit darker than the greenish color of the spearmint. Just make sure that my heart is positioned there where I get all the colors kind of from the pink to the green and the blue. And I will tape that down. And send it through my die cut machine. All right, we'll set this one aside, and I'm going to grab my other layer of the Mosaic Heart and place it down on sugar cube cardstock. I am going to use my metal shim for this one. I position it underneath my clear cutting pad to keep it flat. And then that metal shim just allows you might have one of those magnetic platforms or something that helps you get a better cut on your intricate dies. And this is a pretty fine lined die cut. As I pull it up here, you'll see that that shim just allows it to cut all those little pieces and get them all out of the die cut easily. So this is going to be adhered over the top of our pretty rainbow heart, just like that. And before I do that, I better clean up my surface here. I don't want to get the rest of my stuff inky. Have you guys gotten your magnetic glass board pre-orders in? We have not announced a date yet on when that pre-order will be over, but now that we're into the new year and we're all kind of back at work here, I'm sure we'll be discussing that soon. So it won't be available forever. We will need to get that final order placed so that we can deliver those by the date that we promised in our description on the pre-order. So I know lots of you have gotten in on this second round after so many people have been sharing how much they love their new work surface. You can see how easy it was for me to just quickly clean that off. So I chose to use my glue press for adhering this heart down. And the reason why I like liquid glue is because it gives me that little bit of time to wiggle it around and make sure that it's perfectly lined up over the top of this. But I know a lot of you probably struggle with liquid glue and it's not your favorite. So if you're in that camp, I would suggest adhering a sticky sheet to your white cardstock before you cut the mosaic design, and then you don't have to deal with liquid glue at all. But this is just my preferred method, and with that glue press and the fine tip, I don't get a big mess on my fingers, but I do know my mom tells me all the time she would rather do anything other than glue with liquid glue. So if that is you, don't feel like you can't do that with this Mosaic Heart. There are other options for adhering, and I would suggest the sticky sheets that we sell, and they are die cuttable, so you just adhere it to your cardstock before you cut it, and then peel the backing away after you cut it, and it sticks down just like a sticker. Of course, if you have like a sticker maker or even the We Are Memory Keepers sticky folio that I showed last week. Those are other options for kind of creating a sticker with those intricate pieces. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and stamp this next. I've got just a piece of toffee cardstock here, and I'm gonna stamp the background with the Diagonal Diamonds background stamp. I feel like this is one of those stamps that I use really often, but might be forgotten in collections, because it's just one of those great basics that works with so many things. But there's nothing like, ooh, I have to use that one. But it is just one of those, I love the kind of fun pattern of it, and it's not too crazy. Just a good, simple background. All right, so that was Sugar Cube ink. Perfect, stamped perfectly. You can see how cute that looks in the background. We'll set that aside. And then let's go ahead and die cut our medium envelope. So I'm going to use the medium envelope, and I decided to create my envelope out of vellum. So here's what that looks like on the card. I'm going to put some heart confetti inside of the vellum envelope so you can see through the vellum to that to those little hearts in the bottom. Okay, I gotta find a garbage can and empty all these mosaic pieces. Just a little tip, one of the things my shim comes in handy for, I take it sometimes when I take it over the garbage can, and I just kind of use it as a scraper to scrape those little pieces that can sometimes get stuck to your cutting mats, especially as those cutting mats age and they get more cuts and divots in them. They want to hang on to your die cut pieces more. So you can use your metal shim. It doubles as a scraper for your cutting pad. All right, grab this. We'll fold that together, so I'll set it aside for now. I think that's all I have for die cutting. I think everything else I have pre-cut for us. Oh, I lied, except the sentiment, but we'll do that at the end. Okay, so we have the envelope, which I'm gonna fold it on the crease line here. So you get that impress line with the die cut. And then there are two different sides to this envelope. You have one that has a little flat, let's see if I can get a better color cardstock behind this so you can see. Okay, so there are two sides to this envelope. One of them has a flat notch on it, and the other one is pointed. So this end is going to be the flap of your envelope, and this is going to be the bottom of your envelope. So you'll want to fold this bottom piece up and crease that going across. And then when you adhere with some liquid glue on this layer, kind of adhering this to the side flaps, that's going to be your little envelope. And then this is your top flap. If you want to make a closed envelope, you would fold that top flap down, maybe put a cute little emblem or sticker to hold it closed, and then you would have your fully assembled envelope like you would normally mail. But for this card, I want to leave my envelope open so that the hearts can escape. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here. I found that if I don't overdo it with the glue, that it is pretty see-through on my project. So it doesn't create, you know, I know some glues you can see through the glue in the vellum, but in this particular case, I kind of like this Nuvo glue. It doesn't show a big line, but I also cover up most of that with hearts and sentiments. So even if you have some that kind of shows through that vellum, it doesn't make a huge deal. Okay, so I cut these ahead of time. These are little hearts from the Hang On Hearts set, and I'm going to pour those into the envelope, into my little vellum envelope. Well, I missed on about half of them. Let me get them back in my container here and open that up a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna sprinkle those around just a little bit, spread them out, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of glue and I'm actually gonna glue the envelope closed down here just because I don't want those little hearts to escape. So it's gonna look like the envelope is open on the card, but actually everything is kind of glued on top of it, and that is glued shut so these little hearts will stay in their home. All right, so let's go ahead and start putting this all together. We have our card base here. We've got our A2 postage stamp stacklet, and this is the largest piece in the set that I cut from Sugar Cube cardstock. You can see it fits perfectly on an A2 card. And then we're going to take this piece and pop it up inside the postage stamp frame. I've got my 1x3 foam strips here, and we can put those down the middle. Oh, maybe. Come on. All right, let me turn it this way. Okay, so that's popped up. Now we're going to start building with our envelope. And I'm going to just use what I did previously to kind of do the same thing over again. Put a little bit of adhesive at the bottom here so that this sticks on the envelope right where I want it to. So that is in place. Now let me find my little hearts here. I showed you this little tray earlier that I cut bunches of hearts. So I have lots more things I could make with that. But I grabbed a few here that I think I can use on this. Got a pineapple heart. This one's gonna go up here. And then our little peach guy down here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and adhere this one first. And this is gonna go straight down to that toffee layer. So I'm just putting a little bit of liquid adhesive and hiding it behind where that other heart is gonna sit. And then we're gonna pop up the rest of these with a little bit more foam tape. I'm using, again, the thin foam, so it's okay that we have multiple layers popped up because it still doesn't get too thick for us when we go to mail this. Put that one up there. Another little foam piece on here. After I leave the live today, I feel like I'm a little lost. Last week I was in the office, but it was just a different week with kind of people being out and everybody still in holiday mode. Now it's back to reality, and I'm not sure what am I going to do after this. There are so many things to choose from. Gotta get back to it. Perfect. A couple more hearts here, just one more big heart to glue down. Okay, so this one's going to go down here. And then this is going to get popped up. I did not put any adhesive on this, or no, I did. Okay, I did. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put a little, just hide a little bit of adhesive behind these, the grouping of hearts at the bottom of my envelope. And then we'll pull the backing paper off of this and put that whole little piece down on our panel. And then we have our sentiment. So that was the part I had not done yet because I wanted to do a little bit of foiling with you guys today. Release is not complete without foiling. So I'm going to turn my mini Mink on to a 3. And I'll grab my Foil It With Love panels. I am going to be using the Love You With All My Hearts sentiment. When I made that sentiment, I did have a few people ask if I meant to say heart instead of hearts. But I did mean to say hearts because I thought it would be cute to go with all of our multiple heart themed things that have lots of hearts on them. So that is not a typo. All right, and I'm using turquoise foil from Deco Foil. I've got my carrier sheet and my Foil Magic shim. And we'll wait for that to get hot enough. The other thing I'm going to do is put a couple of little colored hearts in the background. I've got a little blue one and a pink one that we could sprinkle into the background. And then I have my clay hearts as well. So I'll get those out. Don't think I need quite that many. And we can pop one of those in here. Oh, there's my green light. Pink, blue. Okay, now we'll send this through. And then I'll put a couple more little dots of glue on here and I can do my clay hearts while we're waiting for that to go through. One, two, three. Gotta love multitasking. Foiling and adhering hearts at the same time. All right, so there's that piece. I'm going to carefully remove it because I want to wait for it to cool a little bit before we reveal that sentiment. And then I got to find the die. I have not die cut this ahead of time, so we'll peel that back and you can see how pretty that turned out. Love that. Grab my die cut machine one more time and we'll cut out this sentiment and pop it on there. And then before you leave, I know some of you were hoping to hear about our every order freebie. So I am going to, we kind of have a whole thing to talk about with that, which we're going to do next week. So I at least want to show you what you're going to get with your order, any and every order that you place at TE comes with a freebie. And as many of you know, last year we did what became known as the coin dies. That's not what I intended to call them, but you all kind of coined them with that term. They were small circle dies that came with every order. And this year we're doing something a little bit different. So I'll show you what will be coming with your orders if you did place an order today, or we'll do that anytime during the month of January. You will get this particular freebie. But next week I am going to fully introduce the collection because with all the popularity of our coin dies last year, you guys made it known that this is something that you like. And so we have some kind of companion products to go with your freebies so that you can start using them and have ideas right away for how you can incorporate them into your cards. Everybody loves a useful freebie, right? All right, so there it is. Look at our cute little card. I love it. So this is just another idea how you can combine those hang-on hearts with your freebie Mosaic heart, and you've got the clay hearts in there, a fun little addition with the envelope and some confetti down there in the bottom, and of course foiling and postage stamp stacklets and all the things. All right, as promised, let's talk about our every order freebie. So with every order during the month of January, you're going to receive this. Comes in this little glassine bag, just like this. And on the inside, you are going to find a stamp. So each rubber stamp looks like a postage stamp. So it's a stamp of a stamp. And yes, I love that. This is a snowflake then in the middle of the postage stamp. So each different stamp will have a different design each month. And then you're going to get a sticker. So the sticker depicts what the stamp looks like, and you will want to save this little sticker. Trust me, I'm going to give you lots of uses for these, but there is one specific use that you will want to save this sticker for, and it's actually the whole reason why we didn't use the sticker on the package. So usually you would get the sticker on your bag that kind of holds it closed. So we went with just a clear sticker, and you're getting the sticker in with the stamp that comes with your order. So January postage stamp freebie is a snowflake. And we'll talk even more about that next week with some fun companion products and ways that you can collect these and use them in your crafting. I hope you love them. All right, you guys, I kept you like almost 15 minutes past the time today, but thank you for joining me and for sticking with me and for checking out all of our new Valentine products. So as you probably saw, there's a lot to this release, and you will be seeing more of it in the coming weeks as we get to keep exploring Valentine's Day. Before you know it, it's going to be here. So all right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day, and Heather will be here on Thursday, so make plans to watch her at 10 o'clock on Thursday, and I will plan on seeing you next week.